Okay, so the idea was today to basically run through creating a whole funnel in the new CRM, basically record the whole ReTechulous method being built as it stands today. I know there are a lot of new people who have joined in the last few weeks, and if that's you, I think you'll probably find this useful. You've caught us at a time when we're kind of switching a lot of stuff over, and we're also working on a number of projects. There's some really cool stuff going with the leading with listings. If you check that link, Jeff's doing a great job over there. But we'll probably be sharing that in the next few days. Yep, so let me just address this question before we get into the main topic. So since we do have one question, video email that can also be tracked for opens and such. For video email, I would embed a thumbnail of a YouTube video and just use a tracking link like clicky.me, one of the link shorteners, and just count the links. Otherwise, I don't know of anything else. And then it's funny you bring up hand drawing stuff for video. There's Powtoons. Jeff just built a really cool one for one of our listings, powtoon.com. And there's another one that's drawing, but I can't remember it all. Let me see, Powtoon alternative. But basically, Jeff's getting really close to having a process for doing those YouTube pre-roll videos, and he's doing training on it. We're just not releasing it until we know it's working. He's testing everything right now. What is that other one called? Sparkle, like this. Just saw this one yesterday. Bob, this might be what you're looking for. I haven't used this yet, but it looks like it does some video scribing. The question, can we use the new CRM? Yes, you can use the new CRM. Just go to ReTechulous.com/CRM. And you can use it. And we're going to jump right in here in a minute to building our funnel around it. If you have trouble getting in, just don't be shy about asking support. I was told a week ago that they were going to have everybody automatically logged in, but I found this morning he still hadn't finished it. So if you can't get in, just let us know, okay? And we'll get you in quickly. All right, guys, let's start by opening up this doc here. And what did I have in the email? First, we're going to choose a set of niche-focused property search results to offer on a squeeze page. We're going to choose our niche, and we're going to do it based on a set of property results. We've been doing this for years. It works. Create an evergreen link to that list of results. We're going to set up a new drip campaign in the CRM that includes an initial conversational autoresponder and delivers that. And then the drip campaign will keep delivering the list, the updated list. We'll create a squeeze page that offers the list. We'll create an after-opt video that lets people know they can get to know you better, and it trains them to open your emails. We'll also create a fan page that we can use for traffic generation and ongoing incubation. We'll run the Facebook ad, and then a little bonus, and we may run across a few other things we want to do. We'll set up a signature in the CRM that drives people back to a VIP buyer application. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So let's start and think about what our niche-focused property search results might be. And I just want to talk about a few ideas and a few strategies for doing this. So actually here, we'll do this on a Google Doc. All right. Couple of things. The main deals type niches include foreclosures, power of sale, bank owned, price reductions, motivated sellers, things like that. So we'll bullet point this all out nice and neat. Okay. And then we have lower end of the price range. Okay. So take the lowest 10% of the price range in an area and offer that list of properties. So if you know that 250,000 is really cheap in Toronto, and there might only be 5 listings in that price range, you can do that. You can do investor type stuff, multifamily properties, um, um, multifamily type properties, land. We have new construction. New construction, luxury. Okay, so we need to pick a niche-focused property search. Yes, guys, there will be a recording. Yep. Thank you for the nice words, Scott. Nice to see you here too. So, guys, any seller ideas? We're not prospecting for sellers anymore. I've been beaten. I'll explain that in the next few days. But a friend of mine has built a product way better, finally, than what I have. We're just not going to prospect for sellers. We're going to focus on getting buyer leads because they're sellers anyway. I'm just kidding, Bob. But we have a buyer focused squeeze page. We've done a lot on that topic, the last few weeks. I want to build a buyer funnel today because I think it also generates sellers, but it is a legitimate point. So anyway, let's see. We're doing this totally on the fly. Where do we want to go today? So, and you know what? The first person who raises your hand, just raise your hand, and we'll get going. We'll build your funnel right now. It's gonna be the first. I'm looking right here. Whoever says me. Boom, Vicky. Okay, great. I'm glad it's you. I kind of owe you anyway. Vicky wins. Vicky Moore. So to answer Jayton's question, seller leads, guys, go to the site, go to the quick funnel, use that seller squeeze page. It works. Okay, here I'll go there. I'll just show it to you. Seller leads. Quick funnels. What's mine worth? Seller leads. Here it is. If this is it. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so Vicky, what are you thinking? What do you like here in this list? I know you're kind of in a tough spot. You're California too, right? So I may have to, if it's okay, I may need to kind of bring you live. Would you be okay with that? And we'll see how that goes on the audio front too, because if there's echo and stuff, I may have to then shut you off. But if you're okay with that, I'll make you live and we can go through this. Okay. Okay, Vicky, you're live.
Uh-oh.
Hello, nice to meet you. I don't think we've ever talked.
I don't think so.
That's all right. So let's. This is good. And you may already have some of the parts we need. It might shorten up this session. And guys, this may run long today, so that's fine with me. And you can watch the recording. So luxury, you said.
Possibly luxury here is pretty high. My average price is about 750 and luxury here is probably 3 million. So, it's somewhere around a million to two, which is not really luxury. I don't know what to call it. It's
What market are we talking about?
standard. This is San Mateo County, so Northern California, just outside San Francisco.
Okay, San Mateo. And your Facebook page.
San Mateo Real Estate Info.
Right. Okay, so the thing we need to zero in on is where we're going to get this list of properties. We always have a number of options, everybody. You can use Realbird. Do you have a main website that you can do property searches on?
Yeah, I have an IDX.
Okay. What site is that?
That is sanmateorealestateblog.com.
Okay, and we're going to go a little bit with the flow here, just see what our IDX lets us do too. Because it seems like ideally you're going to want people to land back in here. Right? Oh, you have diverse solutions.
They're awesome, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this page, this would bring us into the high-end luxury homes in San Mateo.
Mm-hmm.
This direct link, you're kind of easy. Now, if I wanted to, I want to show everybody how we may have done this using RealBird, because that's sort of a universal, except for in Canada, kind of solution. I could also go to RealBird, do property search.
So RealBird would be a substitution for an IDX?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's a syndication based search. See, and we can generate a link here. That's weird. It just had it a second ago. It had the map. And then you can grab oh, yeah. Okay. On any of these searches, you can grab the permalink once you run the search and copy the link, and that would be your search. But going back to your site, I have a link to luxury homes starting at 15.5, 1,500,000. Now we know that luxury is not going to do us the best. You know, the leads are going to be a little more expensive, but that's okay if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else to focus on. One of the things I'm looking at is absentee owners that are out of state, but I don't know how that would work.
Right. Um, I want to see if we can get. It doesn't look like your IDX is pulling in luxury foreclosures. Yeah, bank lender owned, pre-foreclosure for sale. This is kind of cool. What do you think of high-end foreclosures in San Mateo County?
There's just so few of them.
Right. This looks like 13.
Yeah, for the
So I
county.
would argue, I would say that 13 is pretty good.
Okay.
You know, that it's got, that's enough of a set and it's something interesting. Um,
Okay.
so we're gonna, if it's okay, I'm gonna go with high-end foreclosures because I
Sure.
have an idea that it'll work. The other
Yeah.
issue is now how to generate the property search link, and this is the hardest part, guys. We got to
Oh,
get.
if you go to, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, show me. Yep.
If you go to my IDX, there's probably a link in there already, but I have to figure out how to get you in the back end. Or maybe I
So
can just do it and give you the link.
yeah, that'd be great. So if you have an IDX that'll let you create the link, that's what you need to do. So Vicky's going to do that for us. She's going to get us the link here in a minute and chat it over. And I'll keep talking because this is the most important part. Get a link to that niche focused search because that's what we're going to offer after people opt in, and that's what we're going to be emailing out. You can use RealBird if you have to. The last option, if you're, and this may work if you're in Canada, you may need to go ahead and generate a PDF file of your listings, like literally print it out and scan it to yourself, and then use the document uploader on ReTechulous.com. Okay, and if you have to upload this link every few weeks, you may just have to do that if you have no other way to get a link. But you can use the document uploader here in the toolbox, and you'll be able to take that, upload any PDF, and basically generate a hyperlink for it. So let me grab just any old example here. I got all kinds of weird stuff sitting here today. We'll pretend this is a PDF. It doesn't really matter. You would just click and generate the URL. Okay, we're going to pretend this is it. And now I'm going to go by, this is the most direct way for marketing purposes to do this. I'm going to just go buy a GoDaddy domain. I want to show everybody how to do this. I think this is the most, just when we talk about shortening links, I try to build all kinds of tools and do all kinds of things. But really, for the amount of money it's going to cost, is San Mateo luxury foreclosures.info. How's that sound, Vicki?
Yeah.
Okay. For marketing purposes, that tells you exactly what it is. It's a .info. Okay, I'm gonna continue. We're gonna check out this domain. I have all kinds of weird domains in here expiring. So thanks. Watch out when you order from GoDaddy. We're gonna go 1 year. They try to get you to do 5 years, and they try to upsell you like crazy. I'm gonna log in here. Becky, we'll deal with transferring this later. It's really easy to do. And then place your order. Okay, and then you can go to your domain name. Usually right after you get the domain, it doesn't show up for a minute, in my experience. Like, it won't be in my list here. Don't let that drive you crazy. You're just going to have to refresh. A few times. You guys can now take a gander at all my weird domains. I don't see any, like, especially porny ones in there right now, so it should be okay.
I like stupid simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to buy any of these, anybody, just go ahead and let me know. Just kidding. GoDaddy has its little issues here. Where is our domain? Here it is. See that? I had to refresh 3 times. And now when I go to the domain, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the main domain to drive traffic to when we eventually have a squeeze page sitting there. But we don't have one yet. I want to use the subdomain, right, to just show the list. So did you chat that to me, Vicki? Or are you still working on it?
No, it's there.
It's in the chat box?
Yeah.
Oh, my fault. Yes, it is. Sorry. So in diverse solutions, it's pretty easy to do. Vicki built me a nice link. I'm going to go to forwarding subdomain. I'm going to click manage, and I'm just going to create a subdomain that's list.sanmateoluxuryforeclosures.info. And it's going to point to this IDX solutions link. Okay, so we'll remember that. It's list.sanmateoforeclosures.info. I'm just going to kind of write this down for myself. Well, guys, sitting down and do this could take you hours. It could take everything we're going to do now. It could take hours, but I just think it's worth it just to get one of these funnels built. So if this seems complicated and you're watching, just struggle through it. If you're watching a recording right now or whatever, get it done. And then you know use support if you're a member. You can just use Mike, right, Mike? He's on here shaking his head, I'm sure. Now it says the subdomain. One subdomain forwarded. If I go to it right now, it's probably not going to show. That's another little thing with GoDaddy, is that the forwarding can take a few hours. See what it's doing? Just trust that in an hour or two it'll be up. If you don't see it in about an hour, go back and make sure everything looks right. Okay, but we know that list.sanmateoluxuryforeclosures.info will eventually go there. All right, so going back to our document, we've chosen our niche. We have created an evergreen link to the list of results. Okay. Let's keep organized here. Okay, and now we can get to the fun stuff where we're going to go build out our squeeze page and our drip campaign. Now, the way that it kind of, the flow goes with the new CRM is that we're going to have to go and do the CRM first. Vicky, do you have, would you mind sharing your login? Hopefully it'll work, but.
For ReTechulous?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mike's yelling, no! Yeah, you can just chat it to me. You don't have to share it with everybody else.
I have to figure out what it is.
Yeah. Um, I just want to get into your CRM so it's all built there.
Yeah,
If you
perfect.
need, Mike probably wouldn't can probably go dig it up real quick, and I'll keep.
Yeah, it's real. My computer is really slow. Let's see.
Mike, do you mind knocking into Infusionsoft and seeing what that might be for Vicky? Just pasting it to me. Okay, so any other questions? Can you do example for Toronto and Canada? So let's talk a little bit more about that. You know, if you're in Toronto or Canada and you don't have a link, what you would do is create. I'm glad you brought this up, Chris. You just create that PDF, and the interesting thing about creating that PDF with the listings, uh, faxing it to yourself or whatever, getting it into a Word doc, is that it's going to feel to the person more like inside info. It's going to feel more interesting, I think. You know, they can download it. It's not just some regular property search site. So I think there's a case for doing that. What you'll then do is you'll use the document uploader, as we did here, and you'll have that link. Oops, I just had it on the screen and I went away. Now, the only thing you may need to do now is when you go and reset your subdomain, when you upload that, like you may upload a new one next week and you'll have a new link. Every week or so, you can just go and just change what the subdomain forwards to the new PDF URL. Is this making sense to everybody? It's a tiny bit of hassle, but I mean, if you schedule it in your Google Calendar or Outlook or whatever you use, just go update link. It's a 2 or to 5 minute task that probably your assistant could get done too. Um, thank you. We have your password, so
Great.
thank you, Mike. Yeah, and Bai is saying that she thinks she can do it from Treb. Um, if you happen to be at a Lone Wolf brokerage, if your company uses Lone Wolf, there's a chance that Gordon, like internally, we may be able to create some kind of link too. Just ask us about that. So I'm going to go ahead and log in as Vicky. I'm going to log out of ReTechulous and log in as her, and then show you guys how to access the CRM. Oh, please, what's going on site? It's the first time it's been a lot faster the last month since we had all those issues, but of course, since I'm live, it's gonna trip out on us. My goodness. All right. Well, I didn't want to do it this way, but I'm going to. Of course, we're live and our site's not working. Yay. Vicky, I think you guys, you can go and use at Realtiva, who we're white labeling from. Should be able to log into your account here. Yes, it did work. So we'll get into your CRM that way. Usually, if our site was working, we could just log into ReTechulous, but for whatever reason, at this very moment, it's being funny. So I can now come in to the CRM, and our next step is to create that drip campaign. Okay, to get this started. And where I'm going to go is to email marketing up top. I'm going to go add campaign on the left side, and I'm going to call it San Mateo Luxury Foreclosures. San Mateo County is pretty big, right? I assume.
Yeah, I just gave you for the city, but I can change it to county later too.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
are you okay with Vicky at callvicky.com being the
Yeah,
email?
that's fine. Sure.
Vicky.com. Okay. And this will be a regular drip campaign. We're going to do form capture. Just do exactly what I'm doing here. You agreed to receive a weekly list of foreclosures. San Mateo. Okay. I must have toggled off the drip campaign. There we go. Now that's created. And we want to set up the initial conversational autoresponder that delivers the list on a recurring basis. And it's not as complicated as it may sound. The first thing we're going to do, we'll see here if we click email list tab, there's nothing there. And I go to email editor, I need to create the email they get on day 0 right away. So I'm putting 0 in the right box. Your list of San Mateo. Okay. Vicky, you can reword this to sound like you if you want, but just let me know.
Sure.
Hi, here's the list of San Mateo luxury foreclosures as promised. And maybe we'll do click here. All right. And then where our click here is, we can highlight. We can get a little fancy. We can do the background in yellow, bold it, and then I can click the little chain on the globe here. And remember, we had list dot San Mateo luxury foreclosures info. We created our link to our niche focused list. Click here for that. And then just curious, are you looking to buy soon or just browse? You know, we know that'll get you a response. Vicky, did you want that to sound a little differently or?
No, it's fine.
Okay. And then Vicky, like this. And then we're going to get to the signature part. But this little tag here, I left it. By default, it's always there. It kind of fills in a footer line. And I think that's really useful because we can, as all our drips are going out from day to day, we can just change our signature and know that everybody on all our drips can see whatever message we have for them that week. So if you have a new listing or something cool that you want to promote, you can get into a little affiliate marketing stuff there. Scott, who's on the call, does some really interesting stuff. With that, I see you doing that, Scott, and I think it's really, I'd be interested to hear if you get any results specifically from that. But anyway, that's our first day 0 email. We'll hit save. And then now all we need to do, if we want, we can build out 1 or 2 more days. So I'm going to click on this again. I'm going to click the little copy, click to duplicate this email. And what we can do is, forgot to ask. And there's any number of things we can do here. I forgot to ask yesterday when you accessed the San Mateo luxury foreclosure list. Are you interested? Are you an investor, or are you potentially looking for a property to live in? And I guess in this case we could say, hey, I know you grab the high-end stuff. Would you like the low-end stuff too? I'd be happy to also send distressed property deals in lower price ranges as well, if you want. I don't know. Does the copy sound good there, everybody? You can critique me. I don't care. I'm kind of making this, you're just being nice, offering. And guys, a good response to that first email might be 10%, 15, 20%. Scott, the guys who do this consistently, maybe you'll tell me what you usually see. Ooh, the screen locked up, huh? Sorry, guys. Um, hopefully it's better now. But yeah, and then the second email, you may not get too much response, but every now and then, Vicky, you'll probably get a response that says, yeah, show me those other deals. And then you're talking to somebody.
Yeah, that's great. I like to set it up and leave it.
Yeah, we're just going to let this thing run once traffic's going to it. And then we can do a couple more. If you can think of a few things, if you have one good idea, if you do have a seller squeeze page, you could do an email on day 3 that says, hey, by the way, I know a lot of people who are looking to buy might also want to sell. If you want to check the value of your house now, go here and you can drop them a link to your seller page. But I'm not going to overcomplicate now. Really, we have these two things. All that's left to do is to clone that original email again. Wow. I'm getting locked up here now. What's going on? Here we go. Oh my goodness. Forgot to ask. Let me try hitting. There we go. Just technical difficulties. Updated list. And then day 7, we're going to send an updated list. So I copied the original one, updated list. Hi, here's the updated. I'm even making that too complex. Click here for the updated. Look, I'm just going to say a bold updated. That's not important. And if you, I don't know, guys, if you regularly are willing to, you could say, hey, if you'd like, uh, I could give you a little private tour, depending on what you do with your own buyer agency. How you look at that. Are you willing to just go meet somebody who wants a private tour? If you like, I'd be happy to schedule a quick tour of 2 or 3 of these properties, sometime in the next week. Just let me know. Vicky. So for now, I'm going to leave it blank. Do you like that, Vicky, or should I?
Yeah, I'll figure out what to do if it happens.
Yeah, you could run them through the whole buyer agency stuff then, just qualify them. But we'll just use that as an example. I'll save it. And now all I need to do is just keep copying this updated list. I'll get rid of that. And all we're doing here is showing them consistency. Which gives us a leg up on basically everybody else out there. And you're not asking and you're not talking about how good of a professional you are or anything. You're just giving them the list every week. And one week they'll click through, they'll see a property they like, and they'll respond to your email like, hey, what's up with that property? But you don't care because this takes no work. Once it's set up. Let's see. So 28. This can bore you guys to death. Vicky, I mean, is it okay if I just do like 1 or 2 more and then,
Oh, yeah, you can stop now if you like. I'll go back in and add
yeah.
some more.
But you got a month, just to go and add more in.
That's perfect, yeah.
So we've built our email follow-up campaign. Notice, guys, it's got a conversational autoresponder. That here's your list. We give them what they said, and then ask them a question. Then day 2, we tried to get another little piece of question out of them. But really, we're not doing any fancy drip campaigns or anything. We're just delivering property info. I think it's sound strategy. Bobby, I'm sorry. Is everybody locked on the screen? Can you see my screen, Vicky?
I can see it a couple screenshots back.
Okay. Well, what we'll do, I'm I think, you know what I'm going to do? It's been nice talking to you. I think sometimes that's part of the problem when we have multiple speakers. Um,
Oh, good. Now I can, yeah,
yeah,
good. Take me off.
yes, I'm going to kick you off, but thank you. We've gotten everything we need. I'm going to keep building this now, though.
Thank you.
Hey, before you go, though, you do have an after opt video, don't you?
Yeah.
Can you send me a link to that?
Yeah, sure.
Great, great. We're going to get to that in a minute. Okay, thanks, Vicky.
Sure.
Okay, guys. Hopefully the screen will start working better. Really sorry for that. But the screenshots should show up. If you're watching a recording and it's lagging, you'll have an idea of what we're doing. What a bummer. Thanks, GoToWebinar. All right, let's go over now. We've created our initial follow-up drip campaign. We've just repeated the same message over and over, sending them the link. That's pretty good stuff. It'll work on some level. We don't need a fancy drip. And then our next step is going to be probably the most exciting, fun part, and that is going to be to create the squeeze page that offers this list. And it's really pretty easy and fun in this system. So let me go over now to options, scroll down, and go to squeeze pages. I'll just name this San Mateo Luxury Foreclosures. We can make a new form for every new source if we want. I'll just call this FB ad because that's probably what we're going to use. Our headline is going to be pretty simple. This works. Free, capitalized, weekly list. If somebody has better copy, please do share it. Man, everybody's telling me screen locked. Why is this? Go to webinar. Okay, guys, let me take a break. I'm going to unshow and reshow my screen for you. Bummer. Can you guys see the screen now? All right. Great, 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 great. Thank you. All right, guys. Yep, this is getting long. Maybe we'll chop this out of the recording. But basically what we did, I don't know how much you missed. We'll just take it slow here. Let me go back to email marketing. All we did was we created a new campaign called San Mateo Luxury Foreclosures. And then we created an email list with the first email looking like this. Click here for the promised list of San Mateo Luxury Foreclosures. Second email, forgot to ask yesterday, are you an investor? Are you potentially looking for a property to live in? And then all our emails, we just kept duplicating this same email right here that basically said, here's your updated list. Nothing fancy at all. We kept the signature tagline in the bottom, and we kept repeating that by clicking this tab right here. I know it might be small on your screen, but click to duplicate, and we just stretched it out. You can stretch it out for a year or two, whatever you want to do. Okay. Now, then we came over to the squeeze pages. We went to options up top, and we went to squeeze pages, and we're going to go ahead and build it now. We're going to call this San Mateo Luxury Foreclosures. Lead source, I just do FB ad for everything. It's going to be a Facebook ad. Our headline is going to be free weekly list of high-end luxury foreclosure deals in San Mateo County. How's that sound? I'm going to play around. I want to see if I can do an underline tag with the HTML. I'm going to get a little fancy. My submit button is going to be see the list now. And then this align, if you go center, label width, I always have to play with these, but you can use these two variables to adjust the width of your form. So if the text wrap's funny after we save, you'll see. I'm going to save this form to Vicky, purchase opportunity, and then the drip campaign is the one we just created. And then a footer message. I don't know what the rules are in San Mateo County, but I'm going to leave it empty for now. Now, we could embed a like box for our Facebook page. We can do a lot in this footer box. Put our brokerage info. I'm just not going to put anything right now. I'm going to center the submit button. I'm going to redirect after submit to specify the redirect URL. And I'm going to insert a background here in a minute. But let's update this. And we have to add our inputs. We're going to add an email down at the bottom. Enter email. Enter email here for the placeholder. I'm moving fast, guys. A lot of this is self-explanatory if you just play with it. And then when I save it and I add, all we need to do is add one field. I can now go and view the squeeze page. It'll open in a new page. It usually loads faster. You know, it feels to me like Bill's working on things right now. It's 9 times out of 10. I can't believe this is going so slow. Bill's the developer, but I know sometimes when he works. There we go. Free weekly list of high-end luxury foreclosure deals in Mateo County. That looks clean, right? It's got a white background, no big deal. We were able to do an underline tag with HTML and kind of play with that. And then if we wanted to, we can put a nice luxury background in here. And I want to show you guys how to do that. Okay, I think it's fun stuff. If anything else, it's just fun, and it'll make your page pop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to go to Google, and in this case, I could take a screenshot of the background of the area. You know, we use that on a lot of our squeeze pages in the past, but I just want to do a like really nice living room. Or I could do, I think last week we did, something that was really not nice. Now, we probably need an image that's kind of big. You could look for something that's a fixer-upper. You do whatever. I'm just going to go for a nice living room in this case. Okay. Now, one thing we don't want you to do not hot link, which means do not take the URL for this image and put it on your squeeze page. We want you to put it on our servers first because it's not nice to take bandwidth of somebody else. And really, you probably want to use an image that you have of a property that you've listed, to be totally safe. I'm just doing this for the sake of example here. Wow, I think the internet issue I'm having is just me. I have really good internet with my Comcast, but I think for whatever reason, GoToWebinar is making everything load slow here. It's freezing on me again. Let's go for another image. Come on now. Save image as image. Wow, that was terribly hard. Sorry, everybody. To desktop, and now if I go back to the document uploader in ReTechulous, I can get an image. I need a URL for my image. Okay, and those of you who are advanced are yawning like crazy right now because you know how to do this. But if you're not, this is how you do it. I need to log in. I'm going to choose my file from my hard drive. Okay. This will actually generate like a hyperlink if you need it to create banner ads and stuff. Oh, guys, I'm also making a fun banner ad tool. That's total tangent. We'll add that to the members area in the next few days. But here is my URL for my image. Okay, right here. We'll take this now back to our squeeze page. When I click insert background, this pops up here on the right, and I can insert a background URL. I'll click update, and now we'll view the squeeze page. Okay, I just saved kind of a low res image, I think. I really want to make a nice, I want just for the sake of ego, I want it to look pretty for our demo here. Don't have this much problem. Anyway, you get the point. Okay, if you do a nice sharp image, I picked one that was apparently a little blurry when I saved it, but a nice sharp image here can make a nice sharp page. Okay, very good. The Google Map API for the background image. Yeah, that's a good point, Chad. You know, one thing you can do, Google Map API. I would just, I mean, this is kind of a shortcut. You can generate a link. Here, I have the API. So if I do this and give you guys this, I'll try to put this next to this tutorial. I'm going to chat it to you all. Okay. If you take this link and in this, you do right where it says 17403. Okay. Right up here. I know it looks small on your screen right now, but if I did San Mateo, CA, it should. Hopefully it gave me San Mateo, and you could have just popped that link right here. Okay, I'm going to pop it as my background URL. That's a really great question. And then I can go view squeeze page and see it did work. And what it's doing is it's resizing to fit our screen. So I have it really wide. That might have been why the other one was blurry, come to think of it. I wasn't even thinking that's why. But yeah, definitely. You basically just need that API URL to use to make the image URL right there that I've just copied to all you guys. So yeah, Chad, thanks for bringing that up. Guys, just copy the link that I dropped you down there. And then we'll include that in the members area. But sure, that was actually quicker than searching for a listing. And then you can change the, you just change in the zoom level and stuff too. Well, let me geek out on this a little. Let's go back to it. So center, I'll just show you guys a few things. 17403, we'll do like where my house is. You do a zip code. You can do scale equals 2. I think you can like zoom. You can change the zoom value. See how zoomed in it is there? You can zoom out. See, it gives me the whole region. You can change the initial size right here, and you can do type. You do and type equals hybrid, I think. Ooh, I'm not going to remember. There's a way to turn this green and show the map looking a little different. We're just going nuts there. You guys can play with that. Oh, zoom to street view. So Andrew, great question. Street view, I don't know about doing that. I don't know how to do it with this API. You might be able to, and you guys can Google around. But really, you know, there's nothing that stops anybody from just going to Google Maps, you know, getting yourself a street view and just snipping the picture, you know, for an individual property. So if you were doing this for a single property listing and you were trying to impress the seller, you know, which I think might be what you're doing, Andrew, right? Here's my street view. Everybody want to take a walk down my block with me? Let's go. Where the heck? This is not accurate. We're like way down there. This isn't even close. This is like 2 blocks over. Anyway, yeah, I could have taken this and then just screenshotted it. Or, guys, let's go a little crazy. Is anybody here in a rush? I'm in the mood to play around today. Let's see. What if I just paste that in there? Let's hack this joint up. No, it didn't work. It wants an image. Isn't that a shame? It'd be great if we could do like ReTechulous.com. It'd be great if we can do any URL as the background. I will note that you can do GIFs, so you can start to have a ton of fun with this. You know, if you want to do, and I will move on in a minute. Sorry to waste all your time, but I know. Let's put let's put Mr. T in the background as our background URL. Vicky, I will change this, I promise, before we use this page. And there he is. And it does a nice URL in the background. Yeah, you can cut out the MLS map. Yeah, guys, any image you want. And of course you can put Mr. T there if you want. Now what we have to do is go back and get Vicky's original image. I'm just going to use this right now. Because if I forget, people are going to be seeing Mr. T hanging out in the background. Okay. Andrew shared a link with us. Let's look at that just for an example of what he did for a single property. I think this is a good time to share it with everybody. What do you think, guys? Squeeze page of the week contest? Should we do that here at ReTechulous? Like win a prize, like $100 in Facebook advertising for whoever creates the most cool squeeze page? Why is this divvying over to the right? It must be the embed code, Andrew. But what Andrew did here was he filled out his headline. Okay. Oh, it's me. Oh no. He grabbed, there's a video in the listing servicing section, leading with listing section. It's like he grabbed the embed code and popped it in. Yeah, that looks cool. And he put the property that he's targeting for expireds in the background. And then he's got, you know, there's a call to action. They can enter their email and find out more about what he'll do to market their property. So this thing's flexible, this squeeze builder. Let's stay. And then it goes over, learn more about marketing your home, blah, blah, blah. It introduces him. So, but let's stay on task here. Vicky, did you drop me a link to your thank you video? Oh, guys, I'm getting way ahead. Okay, let's stay on task. Sorry. We inserted our background. We had so much fun. You can share this with other people on your team if you have other users. But the next step we need to do here is we need to take this URL and make it pretty, right? But we don't want to be posting this around the web or trying to have to remember what this is. We could, but our better path is to go back into GoDaddy. I'm going to have to log back in and set up our forward to go to that for our main URL. That's our last step here. Becky, can you paste that again? I don't know if it got buried in all the comments. I found it. I found it. Never mind. That's fine, Vicky. It's a great example, though. I'll use that, and then you can record a new one in a minute. Okay, so let's log back in and forward this over. My account, manage your domains. San Mateo. San Mateo Luxury. And we will do our forwarding. We have one forward. We're going to manage our forwarding for the main domain. So I have the subdomain forwarding and the main domain. We're going to add this. And I think, guys, in this case, if you wanted to have it actually look pretty when people get there, you can do a mapped. You could do a forward with mapping, but it's not critical that you do so. You know, with masking. So when they type in the domain, it stays the same in the address bar. Small detail. I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine doing this. Again, I need to save it. And then now San Mateo Luxury Foreclosures.info. will redirect there as soon as the GoDaddy forward takes. Now, look, the list dot, the subdomain we set up in the beginning is working now. So this is, I mean, this is really cool. IDX, diverse solution is just sharp stuff, right? They're going to come in here. They're going to see this nice little link from Vicky. It doesn't have her face scaring them away. It just gives them the info every week. That's very nice. It's very nice, slick looking, wonderful. Wonderful stuff. Now, we could redirect our squeeze page straight here. But what I'm learning more and more, you know, we've kind of always known this, is we want to train people to get to know us, and we want to train them to open our emails. So I'm learning this intimately. You know, I'm doing some lead capture for ReTechulous itself and playing around and kind of get lazy, and I just redirect somebody to the thing I'm giving them. Well, if I watch those people who you just give this stuff to, they're a lot less likely to open your emails down the road. For whatever reason, they're just not trained to go in, or if it goes to spam, you know what I mean? They're going to totally forget about you. At least by just not giving them the thing right away and making them go check your email, you'll know they'll pull it out of spam. You know, they'll know to go look there if they're expecting it. The map thing about you, don't worry. It's a little geeky, all right? Chad's question, can you get a responsive theme in WordPress and embed the squeeze page on your site page? Yes, you could, or you can directly just use the capture form. You guys can all embed, you can choose capture form instead of squeeze page and put, you know, and push people into your funnel the same way if you want to put it on a third-party WordPress site. I don't know what the SEO benefit would be of iframing something in, really, Chad. You know, I don't, you know, it's probably better just to link out. Okay, let me go find now, staying on topic at hand, the video that Vicky did. And I think this is best practice, everybody. At the very least, send them somewhere where they can get to know you. Okay, and here's a video that Vicky did in the past for seller leads, and she's going to re-record one for this niche, but let's go ahead and watch it. I picked the right person for the example today, Vicky. You're saving me a lot of work. You had diverse solutions, and you have an awesome video.
Hi, this is Vicky Moore at Remax. Thanks for your inquiry on your property's value. This will be a real analysis based on my knowledge and experience of the market. So I might have a couple of questions for you about your property. Please watch out for an email from me and get back to me as soon as you can so I can get that report out to you.
Okay, so guys, anybody can just fire up. If you hit upload in YouTube right here, you can just click webcam capture and literally start recording yourself right now, and then upload to YouTube and have a link to redirect people to. Just a few best practices is, just like Vicky said, she just said hi, she kept it short. Go check your email for the thing. You can do extra calls to action like, hey, subscribe to my page. You can add annotations to your YouTube video that say, go check me out on Facebook, or feel free to forward this link to a friend, you know, the list to a friend when you get it. Or you can be funny and say, don't forward the list to a friend, you know, something like that. I'm not going to get that much into the YouTube thing right now. I think for the purposes of the funnel today, just having a video afterwards is going to let people know who you are, that you're a real person. And even if the person on the other side of the opt-in might not resonate with you, somebody might see me and be like, that guy's like, looks like a bum. You know, I never dress nice or whatever. I'm not working with him. That's fine. You're going to attract the people who naturally have a rapport with you, and you're going to end up having a better business for it. You know, the people who respond to your emails and get to know you through them, they're going to volunteer to work with you. They're going to raise their hand when they're ready. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about being nervous. Just get it done. So my redirect URL is going to be my YouTube video instead of my list. That was the point of all that. That's what we're going to put in here. Vicky, for now, I'm just going to do list.San Mateo foreclosures because you don't have a video. Later, you can go in here. You know, it'll be over on your left side in your squeeze pages and edit this. Okay. So guys, you can do that. Plug your list in first, but the effort that's going to go into doing that YouTube video is really not a lot. And if you're shy in front of the camera, get a little goofy. You know, where, you know, pretend to be on the phone. That's one of my favorite techniques. You know, Josh for years did all our advertising. Whenever I need to do something, I pick up, I pretend to be answering the questions about the thing I was doing on the phone. So you could be on the phone saying, hey, oh yeah, the list of foreclosures. Yeah, oh, that's right. Check your email. Yeah, we can see it this weekend. Have a little fun if you want. But definitely a wonderful opportunity after opt to get people into your fold, to really build rapport with people. All right. Boring you all to tears, I know, but we've made a lot of progress here. We have now set up, let's go back to our doc. We've done a lot. We've set up we've chosen a niche, luxury foreclosures in San Mateo County. We've generated a list, a link to the list using GoDaddy of those results. We set up a new drip campaign in our CRM that automatically delivers an initial conversational autoresponder, and it sends the list on a recurring basis, so we're consistent. We didn't have to write fancy copy and drip emails, buy content, or do anything nuts. We're just sending them the list. We created a squeeze page that offers the list. We got a little geeky there. We created an after op video. Let me just put it in the notes and link the URL, link it to the forwarding in GoDaddy for the main URL when we made our squeeze link. We created an after op video that lets people get to know you better and trains them a little bit to open your emails. And now our final step, we've done this a little bit in reverse. We've set up the incubation and the capture trap, which was usually phase 1 and phase 3 of the method. And now we're going to go run traffic. And the reason it worked out like that was just because of the way that you have to create the follow-up in the CRM. So let's go create a niche-focused Facebook fan page that we're going to use for traffic generation and ongoing incubation. Yeah, guys, you'll all get a link to this doc. Another point, going back, now we're coming full circle. This niche-focused fan page, before I start to build it, if you want and you feel like you can be committed enough, you can actually use your fan page as the after opt, okay? As the actual list where we went to use diverse solutions. If it's niched out enough and you can commit to posting like 2 or 3 times a week a new property, there's no reason why you need to even use your IDX. You can just keep sending people back to your fan page for the latest listings. Is everybody kind of with me on that? Batya, yeah, you can use your main fan page. I like the idea of having the possibility of using a niche-focused page as the place where they go for the details, but sure. You can use your main fan page, and what you could do there is just, you can use your main fan page to drive traffic. That's the quick answer. I'm going to create the niche-focused page here really quick, and then we'll show you how to run ads, and when we get to the running ads section, that's all you're going to follow. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go to Facebook. The Facebooks. Now Mark States is on. Hey Mark. Mark's doing great. He's got, if you don't mind sharing with me, I can share with everybody an example of a wonderful niche-focused fan page. He has a great foreclosure page. But I'm going to build one here for Vicky's niche. It's facebook.com/pages/create.php. You can probably just Google how to create a Facebook page and it'll give you the link. I've just typed that in so many times. That's how I always get here to this. Local business or place, brand or product. I never know what to pick. I'm just going to pick local business or place. Choose category real estate. Vicky list. San Mateo. I'm going to get Vicky's info here off of her website. She's got her, in California, they need the license number. So on the squeeze page, Vicky, I know we didn't put your license number in. We should at least get that in there. Save you some trouble. Here, look at that. I accidentally pulled it up. I just pasted everything in. We might have to format that later. Back to the Facebook. The business name, just type in your whole... Type in the name you want. San Mateo Luxury Foreclosures. And then in the street address, include Keller Williams. This is the trick I like to do to make sure that we're all good. So I have Keller Williams, San Carlos, you know, and then it's like the address, okay, and then the city, state. There we go. Let me grab the phone number. Okay, and then your license number, you know, just to keep you safe, Vicky. I don't want to do anything that's going to get you in trouble. Vicky Moore, Keller Williams, you know, and then you could just do license number, just so if anybody gives you a hard time, it's there. You can at least say, look, it's there. Putting it right in the address of the page. Then we'll get started. All this about stuff, you know, get a list of San Mateo luxury foreclosures at http San Mateo luxury foreclosures.info. You can do something like that. But really, you can hit save. You can skip a lot of this. Oh, it does want a category. We'll do real estate. Okay. Yeah, that's where we should have put that in. Save. Profile picture. You know, pick a picture of a house or something in your area, something nice. You know, if you have a listing. I don't want to, Vicky, cause you any problems. You know, using. Mark, send me that link. I just can't remember what it is. I don't want to get in trouble for using one of your listings, but what I'll do is I'll just use something. Here, we'll use this for now as our thumbnail. I just picked a picture of an ugly house. So upload from computer. Skip. Okay, now here's what I meant by it's going to do this whole thing here where it wants us to invite all our friends and all that stuff. I think if we just hit skip or just refresh the page, it'll get us off of that. Okay, I'm not going to worry about a cover image or anything, but we can start to now, if you wanted to use this as your after ops, you can now start to just paste, you know, post listings, information about listings here. And there's a whole sort of protocol in the site. You know, Josh has, it's called the Facebook syndication stuff that he did a few months ago. There's also a little bit about property pitch posts somewhere in the method, I think in the traffic generation. But you know, if you just start posting listings here, and I'm going to go now. Thank you, Mark. Mark went away from his computer, but I'm going to go show you Mark's page. You know, Vicky, you can do almost the same thing where you just start posting listings here, and then eventually you can redirect that GoDaddy list away from the IDX page and have people come back in here if you want. Once it's going. But you see, all he does is every few days he posts another deal. Call or text me for info, a little bit of details, and people like it. They question, they do comments. Look at this, 47 comments. That is awesome. You know, he's responding to everybody, you know, but it gets the comment count way up. And you can do almost the same thing here, Vicky. The reason we needed to create the page here is because we want to use Facebook ads as our traffic source, and we're going to need to tie our ad to a page. So I don't even need to do any content on the page. I may do some seed content such as this. Click here to see a current list of San Mateo luxury foreclosures. Okay, we can just make this and then just do HTTP San Mateo luxury foreclosures.info. Post, not important. Now we're ready to run an ad. We're so close, everybody. We've got most of our funnel built. We have some flexibility on whether or not we want to build out this page and add more content, or we can never add more to it. It's up to us. You know, there are advantages to adding content to a Facebook page. It's an asset you can sell later. It allows you to connect with people, you know, in a medium they're always in, and you can comment and you know, you might see a friend of a friend, and there's reasons for posting listings here. We're not going to get into all that right now. What we're going to do is run an ad and kick this thing off. So if I go to facebook.com/ads/manage, just pick your account. Guys, don't let me leave without showing you. I'm getting like crazy cheap. I actually had to turn off the ad. 6 cents per click or something. By just embedding the wackiest video I can think to embed in an ad. I clicked post new ad, clicks to website. We're going to go directly, right to San Mateo luxury foreclosures.info. We're driving traffic straight to that squeeze page. Okay. We can go crazy adding a red border using PicMonkey and all this other stuff, but my brother recently showed me kind of something really fun and useful, and I think just for the purposes of getting this done, I can click Find Images now and browse Shutterstock images. I'm going to type in Fixer Upper and see what comes up. Fun, right? Look at this. I don't know that this looks like California or not, but it's an interesting image. I don't know what it looks like in that part of the world. Ideally, I'd get something. There we go. There's an interior of an old looking home, that's like a little dated. It looks like, Mike, it looks like you're not your house. It looks like the same as like where you live, with the fireplace and everything. So I'm going to click done. I selected that image. Look how easy that was. Okay, that should load up. I'm going to connect it to the fan page as soon as it's done loading. Come on. Wait. So in our headline, I don't have enough space. I got to redo that image part, guys. Sorry. It just didn't want to take for us. Hit done again. San Mateo foreclosures. Choose Facebook page. This is hanging. I'm going to try to pick another image just to make sure we got something going there. Okay, that works. And then it shows us what our ad looks like over here. Click to see a current list of high-end foreclosure listings in San Mateo County. How's that work? And then we can do a call to action button right here. Learn more. So he puts it right there. And then we can add more copy if we want. I'm not going to. I think I may capitalize foreclosure, and I may get a little more strategic and use, instead of listings, deals. Okay. And then we need to do San Mateo, California. For our target, I'll do within 25 miles. I don't know how close that is to San Francisco, like where, Vicky, you'll let me know where to target this, but let's just do in town right now. And who might want to buy this? Let's just target just target whoever you want to work with. I'm going to just leave it to people over 40. Potential reach 22,000. That's a good size. And then I don't need to do much else. San Mateo luxury. I'm going to budget, we'll go 10 a day here. Run my ad continuously starting today. And I'm going to leave bid for clicks, just like that. And now, as I hit click here, it can take up to 24 hours, maybe even a little more, if this is the first time you're running an ad, for it to get approved. For us, it'll probably get approved in the next hour. And basically, we've got something in place that we don't need to touch again. And really what can start to happen is people can start to talk to us by email without us ever doing anything. They'll opt in, they'll get the initial email, I'll ask them a question or two, they'll keep getting the results every week, and people, it's set on autopilot. For whenever we want the ad on or off to fill our funnel, we now have something that can give us leads. There are enhancements we can make. I want to finish by going to that signature file and dealing with that, because that was a promised part of this process, and I think it's a big deal. But we've done a lot here in an hour and 20 minutes. And if I wasn't talking, I could have done this a lot quicker. I think most of you can probably get this done in under 2 hours, which is high dollar value activity. If you ask me, you're already a ReTechulous member. If you're here, you might as well have this set up well and struggle through any technical hurdles. Because once it's set up, you might be looking at, I don't know, I was said in the email this morning, 3 to 12 deals a year, depending on your spend. If you have the budget to scale this up, once you see how it's working on your first 100, it could be unlimited. Your goal should be to spend as much as possible on this stuff. It's returning income, returning deals. So the final step is setting up the signature in the CRM that drives people back to a VIP buyer application. And what I really mean by this is we want them to have a chance to interact with us and to fall into another capture trap of some sort. I like to just put a weird picture of myself and my Facebook URL, connect with me here. You can do whatever you want. For Vicky, we're going to go in. We're going to go to Options, My Settings in the CRM. And you'll see right down toward the bottom, it says My Sample Signature. We'll do Vicky Moore. List dot. See how nice that is that I know it's list dot Sam. It's so easy to get back to for you to get that. San Mateo real estate blog. Okay, we're just going to make her a signature file. You can use all kinds of HTML if you want in the signature file. Oops. Wow, I wanted to pick some weird colors there because I pasted it. 628. You guys get the point. I'm gonna leave this blank and let Vicky play with this later. Okay, you'll add what you want. The key thing here is PS. Become a VIP buyer and download the free investing ebook today. Guys, I have a nice surprise for all our members. I'm working on another project with a guy I met who has a course about how to work with investors. And I've convinced him, out of selfish reasons, I don't know if he's even on right now, but he's going to actually be creating a course, like a intro to investing course. It's really high value that hopefully will be available. I don't know if we'll have to buy it, but it'll be very like 10 to 20 bucks to get your hands on this thing to drive people through and get more VIP buyer apps. But you can do something down here, become a VIP buyer and download the free investing ebook today. And then what we can do is use that kind of thank you page we've had out in there in the wild for a while. Second step. Let me see here.
You got me.
I need to put this VIP buyer application on a separate page, guys. I'm going to do it right now. Is that okay? Basically, I'm going to put this on here without the video so that everybody can just send people back to this if you want. Okay, I'm done. Okay, and now you can drive people through this VIP buyer application. Oh, I'm forgetting we have the CRM. What you would do here is create a different form in the system that offers something juicy, like a free investing ebook or something, or and it sells the VIP buyer. I'm getting my throat's getting sore and everything. We talked about last week how to do that page in the strategy session. So if you go back to last week's session, you can record a video, do a different link, and just keep linking to that, where they go back and you talk to them about whatever you want, and then tell them to fill out the form below. In this case, I'm just going to go and give Vicky a link to our second page VIP buyer. $DE equals Vicky at. In the annotation, Jeff or whoever ends up transcribing this, just make sure you give people like the instructions about how to create this VIP buyer app. We'll make sure you guys have this with the recording. I just need Vicky's Vicky at callvicky.com. So okay. Now you can put your picture in here. You can embed a picture. You can do all kinds of fun stuff right here. Like I said, Scott, we have other members who you might have other businesses that you're involved in that are complementary and additional income streams for you. This signature is a great place to put that. If you're in a network marketing company or something, or you have electricity, you're in one of those electricity things and it's congruent with real estate. What a great opportunity to just calmly mention, hey, change your electric here. It's real estate, people's eyeballs see it, and you might get some benefits. So a lot you can do with the signature line. Remember that this is going to go out with every email that goes out. If you include that embed tag. Okay, so what's everybody think? That's a full funnel. If you're a mortgage person watching this right now, your head should be exploding, because you can go and generate these in like 20 different create these in like 20 different markets and share the leads with agents. Get good at doing this. Just go find it. Hey, let me build you a funnel. Let's set up an ad, share the cost of the ad, and you can have a bunch of these all running out of this one CRM. and just people emailing you all day, asking you questions about properties. There's a lot of flexibility here. Again, you know, this is a real estate CRM in theory, but you don't even see too much about real estate here. If you guys have other internet marketing stuff you're doing, this will all work similar to a GetResponse or whatever else you have. You can build funnels in here this way for any affiliate marketing you're doing, anything you want. I just think it's a pretty good system. It has its limitations, of course, and things I wish were there. But you know, what I just described is kind of the keys to the castle. Let's see if there are any more questions. Okay, good questions. Okay, so Andrews, you know, is there any way for this to work with 22S in the middle since it grabs more contact info? Yeah, you know, I didn't think about that. We kind of talked about 22S, and Andrew, you're doing. Maybe we should do a session maybe separately. You're doing some listing stuff there too. We can. I'm trying to think of how you would feed. You could certainly take them to 22S after opt. You know, it might just be a case where we need to feed the data from 22S into here. I can talk to the guys at 22S about doing a direct feed into here. That'd be cool, so that it gets added here. But yeah, I don't know of anything else. Maybe use 22S for either the first opt or the second part of the equation. Yeah, it pulls us CSV. Yeah, I would try to get added if we get enough users of 22S to get added as a partner. I kind of got a little dismayed with 22S just because I didn't realize it had that dialog box. I thought we were getting around that. I was so excited about that, but the dialog box still shows. Topic for another day, though. Andrew, me and you can talk about that independently. Can you do a workshop like this for GetResponse? We've done a lot discussing how to do this with GetResponse, but the process is really the same with just, you know, with any autoresponder. The protocol, the walkthrough is exactly the same. The only difference here is that you're going to when you build your drip campaign and web form, steps 3 and 4 here, that's going to happen in GetResponse. And those, the timing here is good. I think Aweber's down again today. You know, email deliverability. It's kind of nice to have our own little environment here where hopefully we're going to get a little bit better deliverability. We should be integrating with GetResponse soon just for mass emailing and things like that. But yeah. Okay. The document here, guys. Sorry. You guys can have this now. Somebody asked a minute ago, and I was like, we'll give it to you with the recording. There's no reason why you can't have the link now. Let me just change the privacy settings to anyone with a link. There we go. I'll share this now. And then this recording, probably by tomorrow, will be up on ReTechulous.com. Mark, spent. You're spent. I'm spent. I had a session. I was over a conversion at 2 o'clock. I've been talking for 2.5 hours. Thank you, Vicky, for being such a good sport, letting us use your stuff, and let us know how the opt-ins are. You know, I'm not very, you know, I'm a little reserved about whenever we do something luxury high-end because I know it's a little tougher to get those leads, but it should work on some level. Just might cost us a few extra bucks per lead to get that going. But love next week we'll get a report back for how this worked. And Vicky, if you need help, just email. You know, I think you kind of got it. You know, once you have that YouTube video, you're gonna pop that on a separate, you know, into that squeeze form as the thank you. But okay, everybody, lots of good stuff coming. Check out Leading with Listings on the site because we've been adding content there a little bit at a time. There's something about the Twitter stuff in there now, and then Jeff is just doing some crazy cool stuff with those YouTube pre-roll ads. We're just not going to share it until we know it's working. Okay, but it's looking pretty fun and good. So, all right, everybody, thanks for being here. Talk to you next week.